The ram has touched the gate.
Isn't that a joke here?
Let's see. Look, right there. It's a Bessy. All right, that's an audio check. So we'll just see if the video actually goes mute today. I don't know. Test, test, test. Hooba stank. Hooba. Hooba, hooba, hooba. Hooba, 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 hooba. Yeah, we got sound. All right. Who's on here? I got a Brian G. I got a Layton. I think he's over there in is he over there in Tulsa? I might have that wrong. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking he's over around that way. I got a howdy from Neil Morgan. That's what we like to see. Noxious Bones is on here telling me, well, there is audio right now at least. That is correct.
That is all we can ask.
We have audio for now. Audio for now. Oh man, you remember that band? Audio for Now? Oh, they were amazing. Back in the 80s, around 83, they had that big hit. Audio for Now. Man. Still.
Their big hit was their name?
Uh-huh. Yeah. That was the same song. It was I think that was just it was really catchy back then. Red Mist is on here. Thank you so much. I think Red Mist is over there in away. California, IA. Somewhere over that away. We will be going live in a little less than 1 minute. What'd you say?
So that doesn't bode well.
What?
The video was a little catchy, weird.
Good evening, good evening. Audio Slave. No, completely banned. Audio for Now. Audio for Now. Yeah, they were huge.
I don't think they were that huge.
No, they were huge. Huge in the polka circuit.
Oh.
Let's hope the Monopoly guys don't shut down the audio again. Oh, I tell you what, the Monopoly Mafia, you can't escape them. They're everywhere.
Because you're making them mad.
Well, it's
good yourself.
If they didn't have a game, it would be different. Monopoly is one of the worst games on the planet.
Sir?
On the entire new ones. Oh, look at we got spinning circle. Spinning circle of death. You start talking bad about Monopoly and you get the spinning circle of death. But I got a spinning circle of death right here for them.
It's a sticker. It's a sticker, sir. It's not your war disc. And this is how we get into problems.
This is a director sticker. I feel like I should give one of these away tonight.
Sure.
I feel like I should just give one of these away
right now.
Tonight.
Pick a number.
We got Red Mist. If we get up to 20 likes, I'm going to give one of these away tonight. There are dice cups for sale on the website. I think there are, maybe not. The ones that I got recently are slightly different than my really match the product picture. I didn't want to like post them on there. They have a slight I'll just get one and show you what I'm talking about. Have you guys seen any of this stuff? Have I shown you any of this stuff yet? Have I shown you? Those of you that are on here already, who can name this guy? Who knows what this fella's name is? Who knows who this is? The character. Who knows who this character is?
I do.
Oh, do you? Who knows who this is right here? Huh? Huh? Huh?
I know.
Huh? 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 Ah?
Eh?
I'm telling you, this is top-notch stuff. Got this going on. Got this.
Sir,
What? What is it?
that's wrong information. Go get the dice cup.
I believe that it's a barking snake. Almost as ferocious as barking spiders.
Well, you don't want to mess with the barking spider.
So the new dice cups that I got in, and oh, what's the spinning wheel of death? Spinning wheel of death. Stop it, spinning wheel of death. They've got like a slight like conical sort of shape. Like this is the new one over here. This is my old one here. So it's got like a slight cone. So because it didn't actually match the product picture close enough, in my opinion, I wanted to take a picture of this before I actually posted it to the store. So anyway, there are dice cups. I just don't think they're actually available on the store yet. So if we get up to 20 likes, I'm going to give away one of these cool director sticker. And the reason is because the reason I wanted to do it as a sticker, because this you can add on to just about anything. Like if you wanted to put this on, the like a director's cone, one of these megaphone thingies, you could put a Pulp Alley director sticker on there, or a lot of other stuff that folks use as.
Can you pass me a towel?
A towel?
Yeah.
I think I left my towels in my other pocket.
I think there's one over there.
Oh, okay. One moment. I've got it. I got to be towel boy for a moment.
I had a little accident.
Well, I have a little accident every day.
Yeah.
Now collectible dice cups. That is correct. Hey, there's a Nick Nascotti on here. How are you doing, Nick Nascotti, up in New Jersey way? How awesome is that? Red Mist is in Tucson. That's where he's at. Scott Howland, he's up there in the New England area. Never can remember exactly where. Putin's Faceless. Oh, Putin. Oh, I blame Putin's hackers for all of our issues. Release the Kraken. Cleopatra, Queen of the Serpents. Dun, dun, dun. I left my towels in my other pockets. New collectible dice cups. Very cool. We get up to 20 likes right now. We're sitting at 13. If we get up to 20, we're going to give away one of our cool stickers. So we do have some cool news for you guys. One is that we are moving forward with the new character decks. So I will actually have, when we release these decks, it will actually tell you ahead of time, all of the packs that are available in it. So the first deck that we do, and here I'm talking about decks that will feature Bob Murch's Pulp figures, and they will be identical to the character profiles that we did in the characters book. So now we're going to put those on cards, and pretty cool because the one side of the card will have the profile out of the characters book, and of course the artwork for that character. The flip side will have the artwork for the character, but it will be completely blank. other than just, the basic framework of the card. So there it'll have everything for that you can fill in, even the level and, how many dice, what the abilities
Mhm.
are and what their health is and everything. So you'll have like 50 some odd um, blanks on the back, and then the face will have 50, with the first deck, you'll have 50 some odd pre-made characters. Going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be, I think, between 7 or 8 of these decks, and we're hoping to release about 1 or 2 of them each month. I can now confirm that we got our second batch of miniatures in for our last pre-release. So Galgo's Dancers, Galgo's Project Galgo 1, Project Galgo 2. Everybody that pre-ordered those has now been shipped. That was shipped today,
Yay!
and that includes our UK friends, or those of you in Europe that ordered through Sally Forth. Those are on the way to Sally Forth as well, and I have to apologize for the delay there. Chris ordered more than I really expected, and then I wasn't able to fulfill all of them, and it took me a while to fulfill all of the orders that he asked for. So, boy, that's racket. I bet
think
they
it's gonna
can't hear it.
explode.
What'd you say?
It's gonna explode. Kaboom!
I don't think so. Anyway, the new character decks are going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to hear more about that over the next week or so. Probably next Thursday, we will start taking pre-orders. We're going to allow folks to not just pre-order the first in the series, but if you want to jump on board for the entire ride, then you will be able to pre-order the entire set of, and I apologize, I can't remember, it's either 7 or 8 decks, for an additional discount, so that you'll get each deck as they come out. Hey, there's a Vernjeski on here. Popped out of nowhere. I tell you what, that guy is like a ninja. You never know when to expect a Vernjeski. I have been telling people that for years. Yes. What's that say? I don't have my glasses.
Which one are we reading?
I think it's DW.
He says, yes, just not for a couple weeks. Had to fork out some moolah for a water heater.
Oh, yeah. Did you get probably got the 40 gallon there? You get that 40 gallon. Probably went gas. I'm assuming you went gas. Or did you go electric? I tell you what, I have a high. I think gas is the way to go. Unless of course you're out in the country and you got to go propane. That's always an option, but I'd probably suggest gas is the more efficient heating method. With your electric water heaters, you're gonna have to. Oh, those elements, they're just gonna go bad on you every few years, especially if you got a lot of grit in your water. Anyway, have you seen Mark Copplestone's new Toy Soldier range?
Very pulpy, sort of a 10-10 vibe.
Oh, really? No, I don't. I didn't even know Mark was still doing anything. The last thing I saw from him that was new was like some 15 millimeter stuff. I really, really like the stuff that Mark Copplestone makes. He does a lot of really cool stuff. It was his, they were inspiring when we were looking at, doing a pulp game years and years ago. And they make up a big part of our collection. I really like, I really hate when real life gets in the way of ordering Pulp Alley merchandise. Yeah. You got to get your priorities straight. Wood. He went with a wood burning water heater. That's a brave choice. That's a brave man that goes with the wood burning water heater.
Bold choice.
Bold?
Bold.
That's a bold choice right there. Hey, did you guys see the Italian edition of Pulp Alley?
Yeah.
Holy free holies!
I don't think
That's probably the wrong
That's
language. That's probably not the right language. But my gosh, how freaking awesome is that? An Italian version of Pulp Alley is now available. You'll have to check out the post on the Pulp Alley Players group to find the link if you want to get the Italian edition of Pulp Alley. That's pretty crazy. Maybe we ought to get a few books just to have them,
Yeah.
just for the collectors out there that go, you know what? I want the freaking Italian edition. I can't read it, but I'm guessing it probably says the same thing, except in Italian, which makes it far more romantic.
Can be.
The romantic edition. Okay. Did we hit 20? No.
Nope.
Is
Close, though.
if Mac Daddy is on here, I don't have my glasses on, and that looks like it's not English.
Maybe it's Italian.
Maybe it's Italian. Maybe so.
Maybe somebody's
If Mac
international.
Daddy is on here, I need your mailing address again. And I apologize if I have asked for that before. Sometimes Bessie loses things, and it's not my fault. You know, I give them to her to take care of, and then she loses it, and she tries to blame it on me. Mac Daddy, if you're on here, we need your mailing address because I think I have a war disc that I need to send to you. So if you want your war disc, I need you to claim it by making sure I have your mailing address. So I had a rules question, and I only got one this week, I think. Only got one rules question so far this week, and it was an interesting question, and it was about the scoundrel ability, and the question was, if my leader has scoundrel, does a no drop plot point still, not work against a scoundrel? And yeah, scoundrel does not work against no drop plot points. And where this gets to, and you really want to think about when you include a no drop plot point, and you should include a no drop plot point in a scenario when it actually makes sense for that scenario or for that plot point. You shouldn't just go, okay, I want all the plot points in this scenario to be no drop without there being some kind of
Reasoning.
story behind that, right? So when we use no drop plot points, it's typically used for an objective that can be completed, but then it's like a fire and forget sort of thing. Once it's done, it's done. So here's an example. Let's say you needed to go to a radio and send a message via a radio. That was a plot point in a scenario for whatever reason. So if you do that, if you reach the radio and you pass the plot point and you send the message, you get whatever that reward was for that, sending that message. But later on in the scenario, someone can't come up and beat you up and you lose the reward or you lose the plot point because the message was already sent, right? The cat's already out of the bag. The message was already sent. It was done. The reward is already there. So it's that sort of thing. Another example would be maybe you had a plot point where you needed to go in and release some prisoners from a cell. Well, if you go in and you do the plot point and you open the cell and the prisoners, scatter and escape, then somebody else coming up and doing that plot point doesn't put all the prisoners back in the cell. It doesn't mean they unlock the cell. It doesn't have anything to do with that, right? So that's how you use no drop plot points. No drop plot points are intended to be used when it makes sense, right? It's so if it's something that isn't actually being carried or controlled, after it's completed, then that's a good excuse to call something a no drop plot point. Does that make sense? So that's what no drop plot points are. All right, boys and girls. I don't know if you saw our video earlier today about the audio issues that we've been experiencing somewhat sporadically. It happened the first time back in March.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 2 Sundays, which has really put us in a tricky situation because now we're wondering whether or not we can continue to do our live videos on Sunday. 2 weeks in a row, we've gotten about 12 to 14 minutes into the video and we lose our audio. It doesn't happen whenever we do pre-recorded videos. It happens very rarely on Thursdays for whatever reason. We're using the exact same equipment, the exact same setup. Everything is the same. But for whatever reason, on the last 2 Sundays, something has gone wrong and we have lost audio. And it's really, really frustrating. You know, you go through all of the rigmarole of setting up this world-class production experience for our millions of viewers who are waiting on bated breath.
At least 10.
Or 14. Gremlins. It could be. Hey, it's a Dave Meisner.
Hey.
Yeah. Who knows what it is? So now we're debating whether or not we're even going to continue doing our live videos because there's nothing more frustrating than getting started with those videos and then going, wow, you know, it's shut down.
Viewers.
Right. Not only for us, but for the viewers. Yeah, exactly. And then last week we tried to shut the video down and restart a new channel and go from there, and it was just lagging all to pieces. And we finally had to give up on it. So it puts us in a tricky situation that if we cannot reliably do the live videos, then we may have to look for other options. All right, boys and girls, I think that is going to be it for tonight. Okay. Boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be doing a setup video for Sunday's game very soon, and we will be posting a game on Sunday. I'm not sure if Sabotage. I think it's nice to have other folks discovering Pulp. You know, Pulp isn't really our flavor of the month. It's what we've been doing for well over 10 years, and we kind of stick with it because it's what we love. But I think that a lot of game companies will release things for Pulp because setting is going to be.
Are you going to talk more about your minis, or were you just teasing?
Take care. Did you want me to talk more about my minis?
We haven't burned.
Take care, you all. What were the minis you had setting out? What? What? I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. I have no idea.
These pretty little doodads.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Look at my tentacles. Look at. You don't have to. Look at my lovely tentacles. I love tentacles. These are so much fun. Except I don't like tentacles when they have a bunch of goobly goop around the bottom. I would really prefer if my tentacles had nothing down here at the bottom, because if I want it to be in water, then I don't want a bunch of wood and rocks, you know, piled up. If I want it to be in a forest, then I don't want a bunch of water splashing around. You know, it's just, you know, I want my tentacles to be plain and naked and plain Jane. And then, you know, when I put my Inviso base on it, it can be whatever thing that I want it to be. This is going to be the new stalker. This is going to be the stalker for the Tomb of the Serpent and then the Bride of the Serpent scenario. This is, you know, if this isn't your first peek, it's probably your first peek at the Bride of the Serpent. Bride of the Serpent is the follow-up to the Tomb of the Serpent book. And Bride of the Serpent is going to be taking place in Mexico area, that, Mesoamerica sort of area. So that'll be cool. This is Sharnock the Undying. That's a character that you can find in. I don't know if this is focusing. Is this focusing? I don't know if this is focusing. This is the new Sharnock the Undying. You got 3 guesses to guess who he is based on. Let's see. I never can remember her name, but this is our serpent priestess, or the Lami. Let's see, Dahlia.
Yeah, Lami Dahlia.
Can't remember. Anywho, so those are some of the new figures. Just some of the new figures that we're going to be coming out with the new 2nd edition version of Tomb of the Serpent. So on the new edition of the book, it'll actually have all Pulp Alley figures for it. So
Yeah.
it'll be lots of fun. It'll have a lot of new material. It's going to be super cool. And then we'll follow that up with the Bride of the Serpent campaign book. So then there will be the Tomb of the Serpent and Bride of the Serpent. It will be part 2, a whole new exciting campaign to take place in not Aztec, but sort of like Aztec or Inca sort of area. Hot water again. Yay. Mr. Lowe, I'm so proud of you. Next thing you ought to do is get indoors.
Oh, man.
The rest of us have moved into the the 19th century. So I would just encourage you to get indoor plumbing next. And that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will say bye, June. Dun 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 dun.